My mother was a wonderful cook. Everyone said so. Her chicken soup could cure any cold. Her apple pie made people close their eyes and smile. But after she passed away, I realized something terrible. I never learned how to cook any of her food. Not one dish. She left me her recipe box. It was old and wooden, with a small flower painted on top. But when I opened it, I could not understand anything inside. Today, I want to tell you about that recipe box, and about the year I spent learning to cook like my mother. This story is about love that you can taste. When I was a child, I loved my mother's cooking. Every dinner was special, but I never went into the kitchen to watch her. I was too busy, too bored, too interested in my phone, my friends, my books. My mother would call from the kitchen, "Come here. Let me show you something." I would call back, "Later, Mom. I'm busy." And she would say, "Okay, my love. Later." But later never came. I thought my mother would live forever. I thought there would always be more time to learn her recipes. I was wrong. My mother died very suddenly. A heart attack. One day she was here. The next day, she was gone. After the funeral, my father gave me a small wooden box. It had a painted flower on top, a yellow rose, her favorite. "She wanted you to have this," he said. His voice was very quiet. I opened the box. Inside were many small pieces of paper. Old paper. Some were yellow. Some had coffee stains. Some were torn at the edges. I picked up the first paper. It said, "Chicken soup, or a pinch of this, some of that, until it tastes like love." I picked up another paper. "Apple pie, I bake until the kitchen smells like home." I picked up 10 more papers. None of them had real measurements. No cups. No teaspoons. No oven temperatures. Just feelings. Memories. Secrets that only my mother understood. I started to cry. "Dad," I said, "these are not real recipes. I can't cook from this." My father smiled sadly. "Your mother never used measurements. She cooked with her heart." "I'm sorry, sweetheart." That's all she left. I decided I would learn to cook my mother's food anyway. How hard could it be? I started with the chicken soup. The recipe said, "A pinch of this, some of that, until it tastes like love." I bought chicken, carrots, onions, celery. I put them in a big pot. I added salt. I added pepper. I guessed. 2 hours later, I tasted the soup. It was terrible. Too salty. The chicken was hard. The vegetables were mush. It did not taste like love. It tasted like failure. I threw the soup in the trash. I sat on the kitchen floor and cried. "I can't do this, Mom," I said to the empty room. "You didn't teach me. And now it's too late." A week later, my Aunt Margaret called me. She was my mother's older sister. "I heard you are trying to learn your mother's recipes," she said. "Yes," I said, "but I'm failing. Her recipes make no sense." Aunt Margaret laughed. "Your mother was crazy in the kitchen. In a good way. But I can help you." I watched her cook for 40 years. I don't know the exact measurements either, but I know her secrets. She told me 3 things that changed everything. First, your mother always tasted her food as she cooked. Every 5 minutes. She did not guess. She listened to her tongue. Second, she used the same wooden spoon for 30 years. It was old and ugly, but she said it had good luck. Third, she cooked with music. Always the same old songs. She said food can hear happiness. I tried the chicken soup again. This time, I did things differently. I played my mother's favorite music on my phone, old songs from the 1980s. I found a wooden spoon in her kitchen drawer. It was old and scratched. I used that spoon, and every 5 minutes I tasted the soup. I closed my eyes. I asked myself, what does it need? More salt? I added a little. More pepper? I added a little. Something sweet? I added a small piece of carrot. It took me 4 hours. 4 tries. 4 small failures. But at the end, I tasted the soup, and I smiled. It was not perfect. It was not exactly my mother's soup, but it was close. It was warm. It made me feel safe. I called my father. Dad, come try this. He came to my apartment. He took 1 spoonful. He closed his eyes, and then he started to cry. She's here, he said. I can taste her. Over the next year, I cooked 1 recipe from the box every week. Some were successes. Many were failures. The apple pie took me 6 tries. The bread took me 10. But slowly, I stopped being afraid. I stopped needing exact numbers. I learned to cook with my eyes, my nose, my tongue, just like my mother. And I learned something more important. Recipes are not just about food. They are about memory. When I make my mother's chicken soup, I remember her hands cutting vegetables. I remember her humming old songs. I remember her saying, "Come here. Let me show you something." Now I have my own wooden spoon. It is not old yet, but one day it will be. And I will teach my children to cook, not with measurements, but with love. I will tell them, cook until the kitchen smells like home. Taste until your heart feels full. That is the only recipe you need. Thank you for listening to this Level 3 English story. The vocabulary for today is in the description below. Here's my question for you. Is there a food that reminds you of someone you love? Maybe your grandmother's cookies? Your father's breakfast? I would love to read about it in the comments. Tell me, what does home taste like to you? I will see you in the next story. Bye-bye.